All right, so see, the first time I met Sarah, I don't even really remember meeting Sarah for the first time, really. She'll tell you that she remembers meeting me, not in a good way either. Her first impression of me was not a good one. Uh, at the time, I had really long black hair, piercings all over the face. She wasn't really into that. So, don't really remember meeting her for the first time. We worked together for a while, but I don't even really remember that either. Probably the first memory I have of her would be New Year's Eve, 2009. It was a party over at Jason Smith's house, and it was a good time. I remember just hanging out and her being around, and she was a cool person. I remember that. So, yeah.
Okay, John and I first met in 2009 at Olive Garden, and I don't honestly remember too much about it. He was just another coworker, and at the time he had long hair and like as long as my hair is, and gauges. And I'm pretty sure I saw him and just was like, not for me. Plus, he was taken at the time, so yeah, I don't really remember for sure.
So, Sarah was the first one to pursue a relationship. Um, Unbeknownst to me, her and Dune were kind of plotting. Uh, it was definitely a premeditated act on her part, for sure. Um, I'm cool with it though.
I would say that I pursued him first. He had just gotten out of a relationship, and I had a work crush, you would call it, on him for a while. But he was always like one of those guys who was taken, so it was like okay to pretend about having a crush on him. And then he became single, and I remember me and Dean talking about it, and I was like, no, it's just like a pretend work crush. It's not really anything. And then our group of friends started hanging out more. And then I realized that it was more than a work crush. There was one night on Dune's birthday, we all went out to the bar. And he reached over and like stopped me mid sentence and brushed the hair out of my eyes. He said he saw something like with the light reflecting off of it, which was BS, just a line he was pulling. And I remember then after that night telling Dune, I was like, nope, it's not just a pretend work crush. I like him. So yeah, I was the one who kind of instigated things, but I feel like he equally met me once he knew that I was interested. And then where we worked together, then we had people at work too who were like, John likes you, and kind of helped it along. So yeah.
All right, baby, I'm sorry. You're gonna be really upset at me for this one, but I can't remember what was our first kiss, where it was, when it was. I don't know. Not to say that I don't remember it. I just don't remember if it was the first one. I'm sure she does, but I even think we've had this conversation before too, which isn't really helping my case. But all right. If you tell me this was our first kiss, you remember that? I'll be like, oh yeah, for sure. I remember that kiss. I just don't remember right now if that was the first one or not. Shit. I'm so sorry, baby. Let's just chalk this one up to being a guy, huh? Okay.
Okay, the next question is, where was our first kiss? And unfortunately, there is not a cute romantic story to go along with it. Like I said, we were friends and hung out with the same group of friends. And I think that because we were friends, it was, even when we were both kind of like interested and flirting, it's always harder to cross that line because it's like, do I risk the friendship? Is it gonna mess things up or whatever? So with a little liquid courage one night after we had been playing battle shots, then we kissed and made out all night. And then we went on a date to a bees game like a couple days later after that. And we kissed in his car after that. So that was more like the first date kiss. But yeah.
So I'd have to say that the first time I would think to myself that Sarah and I were going to be together forever, that this was a real serious relationship, was the few months leading up to me leaving Utah and heading down to Phoenix. Um, just that kind of somber, worried tone in our voices when we talk about it. What are we going to do about us? Um, it's when I knew this was a very serious and real relationship. And then when she said that she would be willing to give up everything she had in Utah to move down to Phoenix for me, um, I think that's when I knew that probably gonna marry this chick. Here's this small town girl coming from Nowhereville, Utah. That's really all she's ever known. All of her family's there. She's got a really great job that she's willing to leave behind for me. That's dedication. That's love, and yeah, that's when it was real serious for me.
When did I know that we would be together forever? My memory sucks, and I don't honestly remember exactly. I don't remember there being like a aha moment. I think it was like early fall though. I knew things were serious. I just had a girlfriend who I went and visited in October who told me that when I came to see her, she was like, "Oh yeah, you were like, we're getting married. I'm gonna marry him." So apparently by October, I knew I was gonna marry him. But I think I tried not to get too caught up on the whole, where is this going? What is our future? Because we both had our hearts broken earlier that year. So we were just both trying to be careful and, I don't know, just kind of protect ourselves. But it just kept getting more serious anyway. And then around November and December, it was when he started talking about moving to Arizona. So that was when it really became like, okay, am I moving with you or not? And if, why would I move with you? And that's when we started talking about, where we saw ourselves spending the rest of our lives together. So it just made sense for me to go to Arizona because it was better for both of us in the long run. So I don't know, June might remember more details because her memory is much better than mine, but it all, from what I remember, is all very kind of organic and just fell into place, and there wasn't any big moments. It just started feeling right and making sense. So
All right, so my favorite movie of all time is actually it's a two-way tie between Hook and The Sandlot. Favorite movies of all time, always have been, always will be. I can't pick one more than the other. She'll probably say the same answer. She knows it. It's pretty obvious. It's my Wi-Fi password.
I don't have a favorite movie. It depends on my mood, which changes often. And John's favorite movie would either be Hook or Sandlot. I think John is the messiest, and he would probably say he's the messiest too.
I am the messiest person between us, hands down, for sure. Uh, I don't really pick up clothes off the floor. There's two piles of clothes. One's going to be dirty, one's going to be clean. Sometimes the dirty stuff gets mixed in with the clean, but don't worry, I know which one is the clean one, which is the dirty one. She knows it. I'm. She'll say the same thing. I'm definitely the messier of the two. Uh, just remember the smell test. Take the smell test. Can never do you wrong. All right, Sarah is the better cook, for sure. Um, she's more inventive, more creative. Uh, I could cook, just she cooks a little bit better. She'll probably say all my food is too salty, which is probably right. I love salt, but yeah, no, she's definitely the better cook. What she'll say? Yeah, she'll say she's the better cook too. Yeah.
Who is a better cook is a tough one. I cook more often, especially this last year because he's been so busy with work. But I would maybe say he's a little better as far as like spices and spicing dishes up and stuff like that. So I'm gonna say I'm a better cook because I do it more often and I put more effort into it, but he will probably say that he's a better cook.
I think Sarah's favorite holiday is Christmas. Um, pretty generic, but it is. It's pretty fun. She likes getting into the whole decorating and everything like that, and I do too. It's fun. We have a little tradition going where every city we go to, we're gonna collect a Christmas ornament for our tree. So if she doesn't break them, but yeah. So I think Christmas. We both get into Christmas quite a bit. Now, I think her favorite holiday should be Cinco de Mayo, and she knows why.
My favorite holiday is Christmas, and his favorite holiday is Christmas, and we love Christmas. My biggest pet peeve, honestly, I cannot think of anything else other than just stupid people, and I think that anyone that knows me knows what I mean. And John, I don't I don't know because I feel like I'm continuously surprised by the weird little things that bother him. Like there was like crusties around like a face cream bottle that I have the other day, and he was like, "Clean this off," and was really disgusted by it, where I didn't even notice it. And then he got really upset when we first moved in together, and I took his hangers and just combined all of the hangers instead of keeping them separate. So yeah, I don't know.
All right, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this one too, but oh well. I think Sarah's biggest pet peeve depends on the time of day. She's got a lot, man. She bitches a lot, but and you guys know it too. I'm just the only one who's saying it. But I think Sarah, I think Sarah is gonna say that her biggest pet peeve is people with a lack of common sense. Uh, she has low tolerance for that. The level of incompetency she deals with people at work or whatever the case is. I hear about that one on a daily basis, among other things. So, yeah. Sorry, baby. I love you.
What I love most about John is his kind and sensitive heart. He has such a big heart as far as loving others and being kind to others. Um, Also, though, he's so passionate about things. He dwells on things, which sometimes can be bad, but most of the time it's good. Like he really takes things to heart and stops and ponders on them and kind of, I don't know, soaks things in a way that most people don't, especially in a way that I don't, which is good for me. Like for example, we were at breakfast one time when we went to San Francisco, and there was a homeless guy sitting out in the lobby. And especially down in Phoenix, there's homeless people all over the place, but for whatever reason this guy like struck a nerve, and we were in the car and we were sitting there, and it was just weighing so heavy on his heart that he like had to go back inside and see if this man was there and talk to him and see if he needed help, because he just felt in his heart that this man was different and he needed to do something about it. And his like sensitivity too, which is not common for most men and is a very good balance for me. Like he accidentally killed a gecko when we were in Phoenix, and I had to like lay there and hold him while he was just sad about it. And the way he is with Tony, he absolutely adores him. I don't know, he just has a big heart, and I think that everyone who meets him can tell that. And yeah.
So, what does Sarah love most about me? That's an interesting question. Because originally I'm not Sarah's type. Um, just not the type of person that she would normally go after. But I think she realized that that wasn't working out. She needed somebody different, a different type of personality. And I think what set me apart was the fact how I treated her, the respect that I gave her, continue to give her. You know, chivalry is not dead, and I treat her like a lady, very respectful, and I think she can see the difference. She can tell the difference from previous relationships to how I treat her. Um, yeah, I hope that's what she would say. Either that or my strikingly handsome features, my chiseled abs, my charming personality, and my rapist wit.
He would say What he loves most about me is probably my confidence, my way of looking at things, and just my attitude about it, I guess. I think that he would say that because when it comes to that, I'm such a good compliment to him, because he does have a tendency to overthink and to dwell and to stay on things, whereas I move past them much quicker. And so he kind of usually seems to, I don't know, notice that and be in awe. And like I said, we're a good balance for each other that way. So, yeah.
I can't give you one specific reason of what I like most about Sarah. I love her for exactly who she is. It's a combination of multiple reasons. It's everything about her personality. I love it. I wouldn't change a single thing either. Uh, she's caring. She's compassionate. She's loving. She's got a level head on her shoulders. I really like that. She knows what she wants in life, and she goes out and gets it done. Whatever she wants to do, she'll do. Um, she's feisty too, and believe it or not, I like it. She's a little bit crazy up here, but I like that. I like that. She puts me into check with that attitude as well too. So I need that. Um, you know, I don't know. Um, I could probably give you a huge reason, not the biggest, but it's a huge reason. She makes me a better person. Uh, she uh, she pushes me further than I could have ever done alone. Each and every day, she pushes for me to become a better man. Uh, Not exactly what she wants me to be, who she wants me to be, but she knows who I want to be, and she helps me become who I want to be. And I'm grateful for that. I love her for that. Yeah. Kids. Kids. You know, right now, I don't see us having kids, especially with this new career and this new lifestyle that's kind of put in front of us. I think we want to live it up a little bit. Uh, Travel the world and see new places, meet new people, live an exciting, adventurous life without, you know, kids holding us down. I think she's on the same page. That sounds fun to us. Not to say that we're against it though. I think if there was ever an oops baby, we wouldn't be too upset about it. It's just not in the cards for us right now. Maybe 5 years down the road, maybe. Uh, but yeah, whatever. Whatever happens, happens. Not too against it. Now, how many kids? One, two tops. Not definitely not three. I'm not doing that. But I don't. I also one kid. I wouldn't want one kid to be lonely. If you're gonna have one, you might as well have two. So probably two. Um, then I'll get the snip snip.
When it comes to kids, we are both on the same page that we just don't know. Um, I think we both know it's a very real possibility and that we will most likely want kids. And if we do, we would only have two. But we also know that, especially with his job, our lifestyle could be really fantastic, where we both just work and travel and have a good time with Tony and more dogs, and that may be enough. But I think that's kind of our attitude now, because right now is not a good time. I honestly think that we will end up wanting kids, um, because he will be an adorable dad. So I think that, yeah, I think we'll want them eventually. And like I said, if we do, we'll have two, no more. Where do we see ourselves in 5 years? I don't know. That is one of the great things and terrible things about his job. Um, we have no idea where we will be living. Most likely, he will be a captain. I bet he'll be a captain by that time, if not already at the majors as a first officer. So that is the one thing that's pretty certain is his career path being our number one priority. Otherwise, I mean, if we can, I would love to stay at Adobe and work up to be a manager because they're a great company. Um, but also, if we decide to have kids, I bet it will be right around 5 years from now. So I could also be getting ready to quit and stay at home or not. I don't know. We'll just have to see.
So in 5 years, I see us um, living a good life. Definitely, definitely with her career, my career. It's we're gonna be that power couple that everybody will be envious of. It's gonna be great. Um, Now, family, kids, I don't know. Maybe it's just Tony still. That's fine too. Whatever. But I could see us being really, really happy. Um, where we're gonna be, what city, I don't know. Probably own a home. I don't know. Um, that's the good part about us. We're both not set in our ways. We're kind of welcome to new ideas, and so whatever opportunities present itself within the next 5 years that sound good to us, that's where we're gonna go. And I know that she kind of is on the same page too. Um, I don't know exactly what it has in store, but I'm pretty excited for it. As long as she's in it, I'll be happy. All right. If I had $1 million and could do whatever I want with it, I would probably, well, first, I get ourselves out of debt. Her family, my family, and us, I erase all debt. Um, then money that's left over, probably buy a house and just real comfortable house, nothing big, extravagant, just to be comfortable living. But I would like to take more of that money and do good with it and give it to people who could use it, who are actually struggling, who try to get by in life. I would get more satisfaction out of giving that money away to people who need it and deserve it rather than spend it on frivolous things for ourselves. Um, I think Sarah feels the same way. So um, it's why we kind of get along. We have the same, goals and aspirations. And so, yeah, I don't think she would be too upset if we gave away that money either. So,
If I had $1 million, realistically, I would be practical and buy a house and probably help out both of our parents since they have helped us, and then reinvest the rest. So, and John's answer would probably be pretty similar, but there would be some 49er season tickets in there and probably his own like little airplane. What do I want John to know going into a week before the wedding? Just that I can't wait and that I love him and that I feel very lucky to be able to spend the rest of my life with him because he is funny and smart and handsome and kind and everything I could ever hope for in someone. So yeah, I'm just feel very blessed, very excited.
Sarah, as we get closer to the wedding, I just want you to know how much I love you and how appreciative I am to you for planning this entire wedding by yourself while I'm stuck here in this hotel room not being able to help. Um, I don't have a big enough vocabulary to express to you how grateful I am and how much I love you. But I am grateful that I get to spend the rest of my life with you. And I'm even more grateful that you chose me to spend the rest of your life with. So, for that, I thank you. You may just be one person in this world, Sarah, but you're my everything, baby. You're my entire world. And whether I remember every single story of our beginnings, like our first kiss, what I do know is that there is no end for us. I'm going to be with you for the rest of my life, babe, and I'll love you forever. Love you.